1947, a Bedouin shepherd stumbles into a cave in Qumran. Inside clay jars. Inside those jars, scrolls, the oldest biblical manuscripts ever found, and buried among them, scattered across 9 separate fragments in ancient Aramaic, was a text the scholarly world quietly acknowledged, then quietly buried. It's called the Book of Giants. Not mythology, a Second Temple apocalyptic document dated to the late 3rd or early 2nd century BCE, older than the Book of Daniel, known to the Essenes, likely known to the early church. And left out. Not lost, left out. Here's what it actually says, and why the night a giant named Mawe woke up screaming may be the most important moment in suppressed human history. The dream hit him like a hammer. A massive stone tablet, ancient, submerged beneath dark water, then it rose, dripping into cold light, and as it did, Mawe watched the names carved into its surface get washed away, one by one, thousands of names, gone. Until 3 remained. He ran to his brothers, the Gaber, children of the Watchers, beings whose heights blotted out the sky. He ran to Ahia. He ran to Gilgamesh. He told them what he'd seen. And the mightiest beings who had ever walked this earth went cold with fear, because they understood what 3 surviving names meant. They weren't among them. This wasn't a nightmare. It was a verdict, carved in stone before the world knew what was coming. What it reveals about the true enemies of humanity, who they were, what they did, and why ancient scribes believed their spirits never left, has never been fully told. Until now. In the beginning, they were holy. The ancient Aramaic texts call them the Grigori, the Watchers, celestial beings sent from heaven with one assignment: come down, instruct humanity, hold the boundaries of creation intact. Then they looked at the daughters of men. And something broke. Their leader, Shemiheza, hesitated. He turned to the 200 gathered around him and said, and these words are preserved in the fragments, "I am afraid. If I alone commit this sin, I will bear the punishment alone." The others wouldn't let him stop. "Let us all swear an oath. Let us bind ourselves together, every one of us, so that none can turn back." On the summit of Mount Hermon, a name that itself means the place of the oath, they swore. 200 celestial beings, bound by covenant, crossing a line that could never be uncrossed. Their names are recorded in the manuscripts: Sermiazes, Arkiba, Ramarael, Kakabeel, Tamiel, Danel, Erzerkarel, Barakijel, Asael, Armaros, Sadarel, Sariel, and 17 more, each one a commander, each commanding 10. Not mythology, a list, the kind scribes make when they're recording something they witnessed. Then came the teaching. Azazel taught humanity to forge swords, knives, shields, breastplates, the complete architecture of organized war handed to a species that had never known it. He revealed the secrets of metals. He taught women ornamentation, precious stones, dyes, beauty that inflames desire. Semjaza taught enchantments. Armaros taught how to undo them. Barakijel revealed astrology. Kakabel the constellations. Sariel the course of the moon. Heaven's secrets poured into human hands. And the earth was never the same. The women became pregnant. What they gave birth to was not human. The scribes called them the Gaber, a word that doesn't just mean giant. It means warrior, destroyer, beings of such physical power that human society had no category for what it was looking at. 300 ells tall, some manuscripts say higher, bodies that blotted out the sky. And they were hungry. They consumed everything, every harvest, every storehouse, every flock. When the earth couldn't feed them anymore, they turned on the people, enslaving them, killing them. It didn't stop there. The Aramaic fragments, 1Q23 and 4Q531, recovered from Qumran, record something almost too disturbing to process. The 200 watchers selected animals, birds, reptiles, and fish for deliberate cross-species breeding. a systematic defilement of every biological boundary drawn at creation. The hybrid monsters this produced threw the entire cosmos into disorder. And humanity could do nothing, because the weapons being used to destroy them had been forged with knowledge stolen from heaven. The earth cried out. Its suffering rose upward like smoke. In heaven, someone was listening. Michael saw it first. Then Uriel, then Raphael, then Gabriel. They looked down from heaven, and what they saw broke something in them. Blood running across the earth like water. The natural order torn open. Humanity enslaved by creatures that should never have existed. And beneath all of it, rising like a tide, the voices of the dead. Souls crying out for justice from below the ground. They turned to the Most High and spoke with an urgency that angels rarely show. O Lord of lords, God above all gods, King of kings, your throne has stood from the beginning, your name is holy forever. You see what Azazel has done, how he dragged the world into darkness, pouring heaven's secrets into hands never meant to hold them. You see what Shemiheza led his company to do. The earth is soaked in blood. The dead will not stop crying, and you have not told us what to do. Then the Most High spoke. He did not comfort. He commanded. 4 names, 4 missions, 4 sentences that would change everything. He turned to Uriel first. Go to Noah, find the son of Lamech, tell him hide yourself. The end is coming. The whole earth will be destroyed, everything on it wiped out. Tell him so he may escape. Tell him so his descendants may carry what remains of humanity into the next age. Then Raphael. Find Azazel, bind his hands and feet, cast him into darkness, the desert of Duduel, dig a pit, throw him in, pile jagged rocks over him, let him never see light again. On the day of final judgment, eternal fire. But now heal the earth, cleanse it, announce its restoration. The whole world has been ruined by what Azazel taught. Let him carry the full weight of it. Then Gabriel. Go against the hybrid offspring, the rebellious, the corrupt, destroy the children born from watchers and women, set them against each other, let them battle, let them consume one another. Their days are already numbered. And finally, Michael. Bind Shemiheza, bind his companions, everyone who defiled themselves by uniting with women. Bind them in the depths of the earth for 70 generations until the day of final judgment. On that day, the fiery abyss, eternal imprisonment, no appeal. Then his voice shifted. And what came next was not judgment. It was a promise. The righteous will survive, they will thrive. Thousands of descendants, from youth to old age, no fear, no sorrow. The earth will be tended with righteousness, vines overflowing, a single measure of seed yielding 1,000-fold, the filth wiped away, every nation praising me. And never again, forevermore, will I send this kind of destruction upon the earth. The 4 archangels went, and the earth, for the first time in a long age, had an answer. But before the commands, before the flood, before the fire, there was a man standing in the middle of it. Not an angel, not a giant, a man. Enoch, son of Jared, descendant of Adam, a scribe, the one the ancient texts call the righteous one, the only mortal in the antediluvian world who walked so closely with God that he was taken from the earth without dying. And the watchers came to him weeping. 200 celestial beings who had crossed every boundary, taught every forbidden secret, fathered monsters that devoured the world, gathered in a place called Abel's jail between the mountains of Lebanon and Sarnersera. A deep, uncontrollable fear had taken hold of them. They understood what was coming. They couldn't approach heaven directly. Their guilt had slammed that door shut. So they begged a man to speak for them. Enoch, write our petition, carry it upward, beg for forgiveness on our behalf. You are the only one left who can. And Enoch said yes. He recorded every name, every transgression, every desperate plea carefully, completely, without judgment, because that was what a scribe did. That was what a righteous man did. even for the unrighteous. When he finished, he traveled to the waters of Dan south and west of Mount Hermon, the very mountain where the oath had been sworn. He sat at the water's edge and read the petition aloud, word by word, over the sound of moving water. Then exhaustion took him, and he slept. The vision came like a verdict already decided before Enoch ever put ink to parchment. Clouds surrounded him. Lightning accelerated him forward. The winds lifted him. He was carried upward past a wall of crystal surrounded by fire, through a house that burned hot as flame but felt cold as ice, until he stood before a throne that gleamed like the sun itself, streams of fire pouring from beneath it. Upon that throne, the great glory, robe brighter than the sun, a face not even the angels could look upon. And he spoke directly to Enoch. Not to the watchers, not to their children, to the man who came on their behalf. Go back, tell them this. It is not men who should plead for angels. It is angels who should have pleaded for men. You were holy. You were eternal, never destined for death, so I never gave you wives, but you craved what mortals have. You stained yourselves with flesh and blood. You taught what was never meant to leave heaven. And now the earth groans under the weight of what you chose. Your petition will not be granted. Not now, not ever. You will never ascend to heaven again. You will watch your sons destroy each other. You will witness everything you loved torn apart before your eyes, and you will find no peace. Not in heaven, not on earth, nowhere. Enoch woke up. He returned to where they were gathered, and he told them exactly what he had seen. No softening, no mercy, no appeal. Then something shifted in him. The scribe became the voice of judgment. He turned to Azazel, the one who taught humanity to make weapons, who revealed the secrets of metals, who dressed destruction in beauty, and spoke with an authority that was not his own. Azazel, you will know no peace. A harsh and unyielding sentence has been passed against you, bound by it for eternity. No mercy, no request ever granted to you. Because of what you chose to teach, the world will never forget what you did to it. The video could end here. It doesn't. Because what Enoch was shown next, what he was carried into, what he witnessed beyond the edges of the known world, makes everything that came before it look like a prologue.